But a new report reveals that the feds have spent more than $68 billion on climate change activities going back 4 years. That's a focus Senator James Inhofe calls an agenda that is hurting our military.
I have been a strong supporter of the DoD's alternative energy solutions that are affordable and that make sense, including the initiatives of non-algae biofuels and natural gas. But forcing our military to take money away from core programs in order to invest in unproven technologies as part of a failed cap-and-trade agenda is not only wrong, it's reckless.
Well, that's an issue Senator Inhofe has been very passionate about for quite some time, and he expounded upon that there on the floor yesterday. So is the White House putting green energy ahead of defense? Steve Moore is with me now, senior economic writer for the Wall Street Journal. Good morning, Steve. Good to have you here.
Hi, Martha.
So $68 billion spent on these green energy efforts. And so the big question I think every taxpayer just needs to know is, what have they gotten for that? What have they gotten for that money?
Well, by the way, when I saw that story this morning, my jaw literally dropped, Martha. I couldn't believe $68 billion. By the way, that's billion with a B, not million with an M. A massive amount of spending on climate change research and climate change programs. A lot of people are getting very rich off of global warming, that's for sure. As you know, Martha, a lot of the programs we spent money on have been things like Solyndra, the solar energy company that got $500 million of federal money and went bankrupt. There have been a lot of examples of just busts like that. But I do think this national security issue is really the crux of the issue about whether we want money that should be spent to keep us safe and keep us secure going for green programs. The military is supposed to take a big cut this year because of the deal that was made under the debt ceiling deal back in August of last year, Martha. Those are very severe cuts. Leon Panetta has said that they are going to be a potential crisis for the military. And so at a time when the money is so, we need so much money for our military, we're diverting a lot of this money to green programs that do nothing to keep us safe. I think it's a real misallocation of resources, and I'm glad that Senator Inhofe is looking into this, because we need every penny we can to go to military weapon systems and to our troops, not to green programs.
Yeah.
That is so true. You know, if you look at the deal that was made on the budget, defense is only, I'm trying to remember, about 20% of our federal budget, but it gets about 50%, Martha, of the cuts under the budget deal. So the defense budget and the Pentagon budgets are taking very severe reductions in their spending limits, whereas the domestic programs, you know, get off fairly easy compared to the defense budget. Yeah. So that, you have to wonder, you know, what is the most important thing that our federal government spends money on? Our national security, I would argue. Yeah.